Assalamu alaikum. Today, we would like to learn about and understand the comprehensive summary of the newly announced Federal Budget 2026-27, presented on June 12, 2026, including customs duty, income tax, sales tax, and the overall structural changes. Customs Act, 1969 Tariff Rationalization, guided by the National Tariff Policy 2025-30. Customs duties, CD, have been reduced across 92 tariff lines, e.g., dropping from 20% to 15% and 5% to 0% for industrial input goods. Over 7,500 tariff lines have faced an overall decrease to boost local manufacturing. Additional customs duty, ACD, reductions. ACD cut from 6% to 4% on 449 lines, 4% to 2% on 2,107 lines, and entirely abolished, 2% to 0%, on 569 tariff lines. Regulatory duty, RD, capping. Road greater than 20% has been capped at 20% for 359 lines, with a general 20% reduction across 1,347 lines. Public health relief. Customs duties have been completely abolished on more than 100 raw materials, APIs, used in manufacturing life-saving medicines, including cancer treatments. Income Tax Ordinance, 2001 Salaried Class Relief. Restructured tax slabs from 6 to 8 categories. Tax rates reduced across 4 middle brackets. Crucially, the 35% maximum tax bracket threshold raised from 4.1 million rupees to 7 million rupees. Abolition of salary surcharge. The income tax surcharge on the salaried class, previously applying to those earning above 10 million rupees, has been completely abolished. Property sector relief. Section 7E, deemed income on immovable property, has been omitted. Withholding tax, WHT, on property transactions has been significantly slashed for filers. Purchasing tax flat rated to 1.5% and selling tax cut to 2.75% to revive the real estate market. Export and IT boost. Total tax on standard export proceeds slashed from 2% to 1.25%. For the IT and software sectors, the 0.25% final tax regime, FTR, and income tax exemptions have been extended until June 30, 2029. Sales tax and federal excise duty. Fed expansion of sales tax at retail stage. Place 19 category lines into the third schedule of the Sales Tax Act. Enforcing an 18% sales tax at consumer retail prices on everyday consumer goods, including processed milk products, footwear, bathroom accessories, crockery, automobile parts, cosmetics, and furniture. Dawn, luxury vehicles Fed, federal excise duty, FED, on imported luxury vehicles has been heavily revised upwards. 70% Fed proposed for vehicles between 2,000 cc and 3,000 cc. And 81% for vehicles above 3,000 cc. Electric vehicles worth more than 2 crore rupees will also face higher FED, while electric bikes and rickshaws remain exempt. Dawn, digital content creators. A withholding tax regime has been formally set up via banking channels for receipts earned by social media influencers and digital content creators on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Institutional and administrative reforms. The faceless tax system. The government is shifting from manual, physical contact-based auditing to a fully digital, data-driven system. Dawn, National Faceless Center. Under the Summary of budgetary measures, Pakistan, for the fiscal year 2026-2027 federal budget on customs, sales tax, federal excise definition of state warehouse, inserted validity of notifications issued. Under Section 19 extended till the 30th of June 2027 legal cover provided to Cargo Scanning and Non-Intrusive Examination Board empowered to regulate penalties for delayed filing of goods declarations and delayed removal of goods. Board authorized to outsource customs auctions. Penalty on terminal operators. Enhanced new penal provision introduced for unauthorized removal or tampering of goods from state. Sales tax 1990 definition of certain terms like advance receipt invoice, algorithmic settlement mechanism, electronic invoicing system. National Faceless Center introduced and production monitoring system introduced. Steel melter subject to sales tax on the basis of electric consumption. FBR empowered to notify the quantum of adjustment of input tax for any registered person under S. 8B of the SDR, 1990. Mechanism of faceless audit introduced for audit under S. 25 and 72B of the SDR. 1990. Commissioner IR may get audit of records an accountant or cost accountant. Concept of faceless jurisdiction over the cases of the taxpayers introduced. Directorate General of Field Compliance of Inland Revenue formed. National Faceless Center formed to conduct faceless proceedings. Penalties under S. 33 of the SDR, 1990 proposed to be enhanced. Concept of faceless assignment. Hearing of appeals at Commissioner Appeals level introduced. Concept of algorithmic settlement of tax disputes with the taxpayer introduced. Independent Scrutiny Committee proposed to be established for filing of appeals before high courts, Federal Constitution Court and the Supreme Court of Pakistan introduced. List of goods subject to retail price taxation extended by introducing new items in third schedule to the SDR, 1990. Federal Excise ACT, 2025 Establishment of National Faceless System. Special excise duty on imported cars, SUV imposed. Independent Scrutiny Committee for review of cases established. Manufacturing of goods subject to electronic monitoring and tracking by FBR. FED on acetate tow reduced to 10,000 rupees per kilogram. FED on e-liquids for electric cigarettes enhanced. FED on electric vehicles imposed. Mineral waters, aerated waters and energy drinks excluded from the purview of FED on sugary fruit juices, syrups and squashes. FED on naphtha. White spirit and solvent oil imposed. Thank you very much.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम। आज हम 12 जून 2026 को पेश किए गए नए ऐलान करदा वफाकी बजट 2026 से 27 के जामा खुलासे के बारे में जानना और समझना चाहेंगे। बशमूल कस्टम्स ड्यूटी, इनकम टैक्स, सेल्स टैक्स और मजमूई तैयारी तब्दीलियां। कस्टम एक्ट 1969 टेरिफ रेशनलाइजेशन। नेशनल टेरिफ पॉलिसी 2/25 से 30 की रहनुमाई में कस्टम ड्यूटी (सीडी) को 92 टेरिफ लाइनों में कम किया गया है, जैसे 20% से कम होकर 15% और सनअती उनपट सामान के लिए 5% से 0%। मकामी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को फरोग देने के लिए 7,500 से ज्यादा टेरिफ लाइनों को मजमूई तौर पर कमी का सामना करना पड़ा है। इजाफी कस्टम ड्यूटी (एसीडी) में कमी। एसीडी 449 लाइनों पर 6% से 4% तक कम कर दी गई। 2,107 लाइनों पर 4% से 2% और 569 टेरिफ लाइनों पर मुकम्मल तौर पर खत्म कर दिया गया, 2% से 0%। रेगुलेटरी ड्यूटी (आरडी) कीपिंग। 20% سے زیادہ آر ڈی کو 359 لائنوں کے لیے 20% تک محدود کر دیا گیا ہے۔ 1343 لائنوں میں عام طور پر 20% کمی کے ساتھ۔ پبلک ہیلتھ ریلیف، کینسر کے علاج سمیت زندگی بچانے والی ادویات کی تیاری میں استعمال ہونے والے 100 سے زائد خام مال ایپس پر کسٹم ڈیوٹی مکمل طور پر ختم کر دی گئی ہے۔ انڈسٹریل سپورٹ، ٹیکسٹائل مشینری کی درآمد کو ڈیوٹی فری کر دیا گیا ہے۔ خصوصی تعمیراتی گاڑیوں پر کسٹم ڈیوٹی 20%